Conversation with Phil Blair right now. The gaming and tech industry is mostly dominated by men, not only in power positions, but nearly every position. Here to talk about the growing need of women in the industry is Phil Blair, the executive officer of Manpower San Diego. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dave.
And it is so true. And oftentimes it's merely an intimidation factor that they don't feel they're qualified for some of these technology jobs.
It is, and I career coach so many very sharp, bright, articulate women, and they have a habit of stereotyping themselves, which is what's unfortunate about it. That think, well, I'm really good. I'm thinking teaching, or I'm thinking marketing, or I'm thinking sales, or creative area.
Which are all good jobs.
They're great jobs, but they are so analytical and such good thinkers and out-of-the-box thinkers. I want to encourage women to think outside of those boxes and go, look, think about programming, think about IT. That's where the dynamic growth jobs are. That's where they can stand out in the crowd.
Let's give a few examples for encouragement here.
Sure.
Hope Cochran heads up the company that created Candy Crush. She's probably doing okay for herself, right?
She's probably doing
Holly
fine.
Liu has grown the business of licensing Hollywood film titles. Sheryl Sandberg with Facebook has been named the most powerful woman in technology 5 straight years. So there are examples out there, but on the flip side, women occupy only 11% of executive positions in Silicon Valley companies.
And why is that? I mean, women need to exert themselves. They need to have the confidence to go out there and go into a field where they'll stand out.
They'll butt in right here and say it's discrimination. Some of them will. All right.
They can use that as an excuse, and yes, in some cases there is, but get over that. That doesn't mean give up and go away. If you hit a roadblock, don't keep hitting your head against it. Move to another company that appreciates your talent. Be different in the job force so that a company goes, wow, why don't we have any women in this department? Maybe she wasn't the top candidate for this job, but let's move her in there. Use what God gave you and be special and be different and get yourself out there, put yourself in front of people that can make decisions, and think outside of the box on the fields that women typically wouldn't go into.
And let's speak specifics here for some of these professions. Video game designers, right?
As you grew up as a little girl, you probably played as many video games as the guys did.
And it's always male-dominated, though.
Them.
When you think about it, it's always male-dominated.
Why is that?
Yeah.
When you peel it back, not that many women apply for those jobs or go to school and study those topics because they tend to steer themselves a different direction. In the job market, you want to be different. You want to be special. And if being female is one of those in this new field, use it. Play it up. Joke about you need more women in this company.
We could go on and on. Programmers, animators, video game producers.
Technicians. I mean, if you like to work with your hands, go into the technical field. Develop electronic assembly. There's all levels from 15 an hour to 150,000 a year, but I don't want anybody to stereotype themselves into a certain field because this is typically where women go.
As you say,
and they're not saying it out loud.
No, as you say, nursing, education, some of these professions that have been for generations, the jobs that many women have got into.
And I talk to males about stop going into your stereotype. Find what you're passionate about, what you're exciting, and what will make you different and rise to the top and go to that field. and forget that this is stereotype a women's job and this is a men's job.
Phil Blair, I hope you've inspired someone this morning.
I hope so. I want to.
Governor